Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions have exactly the same value. They may have different numerators and denominators, but their values are equal. Example 1. The yellow rectangle above is one full rectangle. The orange rectangle below it is divided into two halves. The third rectangle contains two short green lengths. Added together, they are exactly the same length as one of the orange lengths. So those two green lengths here are exactly the same length as this orange one here. That is, exactly the same size as the sum of the two smaller green rectangles. So the orange one is the same length as those two together. This shows that a half, which is the orange section, is a quarter plus a quarter. See? So that half is a quarter plus a quarter. A quarter plus a quarter is 2 over 4. So a half and 2 over 4 are equivalent fractions. That means they have the same value. Example 2. Following on from the previous slide, we can see that a half equals 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8. So this orange half here equals the sum of those four. So a half equals 4 over 8, because 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 4, so a half equals 4 over 8. The next example, from above it can be seen that a quarter, see here, equals 1/8 plus 1/8. So there's the quarter, which is the same as 1/8 plus 1/8, so a quarter equals 2 over 8. And those two are equivalent fractions. Example 4. The above diagram is an excellent example because the equivalent fractions are contained in the same coloured rectangles. We can see that a third equals a sixth plus a sixth, so a third equals 2 over 6. So there's a third there, and there's 1/6 plus 1/6, which is 2 over 6, and that's why a third equals 2 over 6. We can see that 1/5 equals 1/10 plus 1/10, so 1/5 equals 2 over 10. So there's a fifth here, see that length, which is the same as 1 over 10 plus 1 over 10. So 1/5 equals 2 over 10. We can also see that 1/3 equals 1/9 plus 1/9 plus 1/9. So that 1/3 there is 1/9 plus 1/9 plus 1/9. So 1/3 equals 3 over 9. So those two, and those two, and those two are equivalent fractions. So this video has introduced us to the idea of equivalent fractions, where the two fractions are equal in value, even though the numerators and the denominators may be different. They all cancel down or can be reduced down to two fractions which have exactly the same value.